After having done multiple What's in My Raycast episodes where I interview a guest and they share their setup with me, by the way, link up here for the playlist, one of my favorite questions to ask them is, what's your hotkey logic? Your way of doing hotkeys is already quite different. Like, what's the mental model behind the choices of hotkeys you had to actively set up to then use Raycast and your computer in a way that works for you? So today I wanted to share some tips and some building blocks you can use to start coming up with your own hotkey system. So if you've never set up a Raycast hotkey, or maybe you have but you never used them, this guide is definitely for you. If you're already using hotkeys but you just want to take it up a notch, or maybe rethink the way that you've structured them, then there are some valuable tips in this video as well. Sorry for the clap, I don't want to do it again. This is not to be followed as a rule, but more as a guideline or a starting point. Well, this can be true for any of the tips that I'm about to share in this video. So keep that in mind and mix and match to create your own strategy. So the first method is one modifier, one category. That means that you can choose option plus something for all of your apps, control plus something for all of your system commands, and shift command something for everything that's AI related. The idea here is that you are choosing one modifier for one category of commands or apps. This is a great boilerplate, and it's how I started using hotkeys myself actually. Now they have changed and evolved and I don't follow this exact set of rules, but that's okay too. The whole point is just to get your muscle memory going, and once it's going, everything is just in autopilot. This is also a guideline that's great to start, and it's a great combination with the first one as well. Use the first letter of the name for apps and commands. Say F for Finder, S for Slack, C for Calendar, etc. You'll quickly run out of letters or run into some duplicates, and that's okay too. You just need to get creative. I use B for browser, for example, and K for cursor because C is already taken by calendar. Another cool strategy is to use the function keys as custom hotkeys. If you map each of them to an app, they can become sort of like a physical dock. The nice thing is function keys are special. So unlike letters or numbers, you can use a single button to launch a command. Just make sure to tweak your keyboard settings in macOS to enable the top row of your keyboard to work as regular F keys instead of the special commands they ship with. If you like the idea of a physical dock, the number row or the number pad can be a nice option as well to map a category of hotkeys to. They could work well for things like window management. I myself have quite a few window management commands that are bound to 1, 2, 3, 4 for the top left, top right, bottom left, and bottom right corners. Just pick one or more modifier keys and a number and test out associating some commands you frequently use with them. This one could be great for gamers or expert touch typists like Soren from Raycast. Basically, people that can easily find any key on the keyboard without even looking at it. That means mapping your hotkeys by the actual position of the keys. Say you map apps to the left side of the keyboard, and maybe you map AI commands to the right side of the keyboard and window management commands towards the top of the keyboard. Since your muscle memory is already so finely tuned in, this could be a great way from the start to power up your keyboard. If you have a macro pad like the ones from Work Louder, or just any sort of programmable keyboard with extra keys, so many possibilities open. You can use whatever program comes with your hardware to create complex hotkeys that you can fire with just one button and then map it to anything in Raycast. I know some power users like Wes Boss and Max Stoiber would love this. And a final bonus tip. Try to map irreversible or complicated commands to complicated hotkeys. Think commands like quit all apps, empty trash, shut down, etc. or some apps that take too long to open. The harder you make the hotkeys for these ones, the less likely you are to accidentally launch them. Alright, that's it for today. I hope you learned something new and that I've inspired you to start setting up a hotkey system in Raycast. It really does change your whole experience with the app. In the next part of this hotkey series, I'm going to give you an actual list of specific hotkeys that you can instantly add to your Raycast and to your workflow. Almost like plugins to the base system that I've just shared with you. So don't forget to subscribe for more tips and news about Raycast, and I'll see you in the next one.